This Saskatchewan city is a hidden gem. Welcome to the growing city of Martensville.
This is the Saskatchewan Real Estate Podcast.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Saskatchewan Real Estate Podcast, your home for all things Saskatchewan, all things real estate. If you have any questions while you're watching this episode or listening, feel free to leave a comment below or send me an email, ron@ronqmortgage.ca. This week, we are talking about my favorite city in Saskatchewan, Martensville. Martensville is a smaller city located 8 kilometers north of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. The city has a population of 11,700 people. It's one of Western Canada's fastest growing cities. Martensville is also a young city. 75% of the community's population is under the age of 45. And it has one of the highest household incomes in the province when compared to other cities. Now, before we get into the 5 great things about Martensville, let me give you a little bit of my own personal story for this episode. Last year in 2023, my wife and I welcomed our baby daughter to the world, and we were living in Saskatoon at the time, and we were ready to upgrade to a house from our condo. We had a budget for a house of $350,000 to $400,000. After looking for months in Saskatoon, we realized the homes we were going to find in areas that we wanted to live in were not going to be move-in ready. These homes were going to need major renovations, and with a young baby, the price point wasn't going to work for us. This is when we started to explore our out of Saskatoon options and when I personally fell in love with the city of Martensville. So let's kick it off. Our 5 great things about Martensville. Number 1, affordability. At that time, the biggest consideration was the cost of housing. We were able to buy a single family house built in the early 2000s for around $375,000. The property was just under 1,100 square feet, had 4 beds, 2 bathrooms, a double attached garage, and a nice backyard. When I compared properties that we could buy in Saskatoon in comparable neighborhoods to this home, we were getting a significant discount by being in Martensville. A huge benefit of house shopping in Martensville is there's not really a bad neighborhood. Anywhere you look, you're going to find good quality housing with great people to live beside you. All right, reason number 2. Now that we had a young family, safety was super important. Over the years, we had noticed that Saskatoon seemed to be getting less and less safe, with more and more areas of the city that we would avoid or didn't really feel comfortable walking around. One thing that I love about Martensville is you can walk anywhere and always feel extremely comfortable. We constantly see families out and about with their young ones, and kids often are out on their bikes on the trails or playing road hockey. I really like taking my daughter for walks on the stroller, and I can walk around the entire city, and there's not one neighborhood at any time of day or night that I've felt uncomfortable. And not just my personal experience, when I talk to neighbors or acquaintances, they also have this great sense of feeling safe in the city. To add to that, I did a podcast about a year ago about the safest cities in Saskatchewan as measured by the Crime Severity Index, and Martensville was the safest city in Saskatchewan with both low non-violent and violent crime. The Crime Severity Index was also much lower than the Canadian average in Martensville. So if safety is a consideration, you have to consider Martensville. At 3, we have proximity to Saskatoon. A really great thing about being in Martensville is the proximity to Saskatoon. Being the province's largest city, Saskatoon, you're going to find all of your major amenities, and it's really nice that a double-lane highway connects Martensville and Saskatoon. And the driving really isn't that bad. Door to door, it takes 14 minutes for us to get to the North Costco, 17 minutes to the airport, 15 minutes to SaskTel Center, and 25 minutes to downtown Saskatoon. If we were to compare this to other cities like Edmonton and Calgary, Martensville would just be a part of the city, and the travel time back and forth would still be considered very reasonable. At number 4, the amenities. Now, while Martensville does not have all the amenities of Saskatoon, there is still a great amount of businesses and activities in the city if you did want to avoid Saskatoon. There's a Co-op grocery to handle all of your major grocery shopping, a wide array of restaurants from your major franchises to great locally owned spots. If you haven't tried it yet, you have to head to the Caesar Mill. There are 4 elementary schools and 1 high school in the city, as well as 3 registered preschools. So lots of options for young families, although we're finding that daycare spots still seem to be a challenge to find. The city is home to 9 parks. On any given night in the spring and summer months, you can enjoy walking trails, local playgrounds, and cool off in the splash park in the summer. In the winter, you can walk, ski, or snowshoe through the trails, slide down the toboggan hills, join in a game of pond hockey, or my personal favorite, go fishing at the local trout pond. There's plenty of options when it comes to health and fitness in Martensville. The Martensville Athletic Pavilion is a 50,000 square foot space. It includes 3 full-size basketball courts, 10 individual team rooms, multi-purpose rooms, as well as a 4-lane 200-meter running track. There are also 2 local gyms that offer 24-hour fitness, and still under construction, the Martensville Recreation Center. The center will include 1 regulation-size ice surface with spectator seating, a leisure ice surface with a skate change area, a full-size indoor artificial turf facility for the soccer fans, a spectator area, a lounge area, and get this, an indoor rock climbing wall, as well as an indoor playground. I could talk a lot about the amenities that Martensville does have, but just know that approximately 350 businesses are registered in the community guide, and more are coming every day as the city continues to grow and expand. And lastly, number 5, community feel. Now, this might not be important for a lot of people, especially if you grew up in the city, but both my wife and I grew up in small town environments, and having a sense of community is super special and really important to us, and a massive added bonus when you live in Martensville. It is kind of hard to describe what is community feel, but Martensville has it. When you go to a local event and you see organizers who truly care about the community and its people, it's extremely special. You still get that small town feeling when you're in Saskatoon, but it's magnified when you have a smaller population. And at any event that I've gone to in Martensville so far, it's filled with people who deeply care about their community and the people who live in it. I hope you enjoyed this episode and know a little bit more about the community. Please let me know in the comments what you think about Martensville, the good, the bad, the ugly, and don't forget to leave your questions, as I can do my best to try and answer them for everyone. If you're in the market for a home purchase in Martensville, I am a licensed mortgage broker and would love to help you and your family save money on your next purchase in this beautiful city. Simply use the booking link below to schedule a time to chat. Thanks for checking out this episode of the Saskatchewan Real Estate Podcast. If you found it informative, if you liked it, please do us a favor, hit the like and subscribe button to never miss any of our future episodes. Until next week, I'm Ron Caroni, your Saskatchewan mortgage professional. Bye for now.